Good morning. Hi, my name is John Kelly. I'm a columnist at the Washington Post, and the Post is a founding sponsor of the National Book Festival. Thank you all for coming. Our next speaker is Sherri Duskey Rinker, and for Sherri, every week is Infrastructure Week. In 2008, the longtime graphic designer took the picture book world by storm with Goodnight, Goodnight construction site. It's a picture book that stars excavator, bulldozer, crane, dump truck, and cement mixer. She's also authored Steam Train, Dream Train, The 12 Sleighs of Christmas, and Tiny and the Big Dig. She's climbed to the top of the New York Times bestseller list. Later this month, Sherri's new book, 3 Cheers for Kid McGear, will be published. Sherri manages to make big, burly, bruising construction equipment as friendly and vital as a sibling. With their anthropomorphism, attention to detail, and gentle humor, Sherri's books remind me of one of my favorites, both as a child and a parent, Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel. So perhaps it's no surprise that she is the author of the nonfiction picture book biography, Big Machines, the story of Virginia Lee Burton, the woman who created Mike Mulligan. Sherri lives in the Chicago area with her husband, 2 sons, and 1 fluffy dog. And if I had to think of a motto for her books, it would be, if she builds it, they will come. So we've all come here today. Please join me in welcoming Sherri Duskey Rinker.
Thank you, John. Oh, you guys can hear me? Hi! Wait, hi! So, I'm so excited to be here, and I have so much I want to tell you. So, let me tell you a little bit about me. So, this is my family. This picture was taken just about a week ago when we sent my oldest son off to college. And there's our dog, Quincy, and my mother-in-law. Isn't she the cutest little grandma? Oh my gosh, she's so adorable. We made her carry all the big, heavy boxes. So, that's now, but I want to tell you a little bit about me and how I ended up being with you today. So a long time ago, in a land far, far away, this was me. Oh, wasn't I super cute? You're supposed to go, oh, I'm so cute. And that nice lady holding, who do you think that lady holding me is? Who do you think? My grandma. My grandma was reading to me even when I was only that big. Like, I was so little there, I think I was still wearing diapers and pooping in my pants, probably, right? Ew! But even though I was that little, my grandma was already introducing me to the magic power of books. Could I show you some of my favorite books that I had at Grandma's house? Okay, maybe some of you have seen these books too. So this is one of my favorites. Does anyone know this one? Or maybe this one? Or this one? This is about my favorite time of year. And this one, this is an old book. Or this one, this is my second favorite time of year. Or this is do some of you know this one? One of my favorite books ever. But I had a most favorite book at Grandma's house. It's the book I had Grandma read to me again and again and again, and she was so awesome. She read to me as many books as I wanted, as many times as I wanted, and my favorite book was this book, The Little House, by my favorite author-illustrator in the whole wide world, Virginia Lee Burton. So I grew up. And I went to school, and I finished school, and I went to high school, and I finished high school, and I went to college, and I finished college, and then I moved away from home, and I started working, and I got married. Ew, right? So for a long time, I didn't think about picture books very much at all. And then something happened. Can you guess what happened to me? What happened? I had a baby. This is my first baby, Ben. And here's Ben when he was probably about your age. And here is Ben now. And just like I was with Grandma, Ben loved books and reading. Could I show you some of Ben's favorite books? So he loved this one. Do some of you know it? And he loved this one. And this one. So what does it look like Ben liked to read about? Animals. Ben loved all kinds of books. He especially loved books about animals and the ocean, and he loved this silly book about a fish. And what else did Ben like to read about? Bugs. Not my favorite thing, but Ben really loved bugs. So because he loved so many different kinds of books, we had a ton of books at our house. Look at all those books. And then something else happened to me. See if you can guess. What happened? I had another baby. This is Ben's little brother, Zach. And this is Zach when he was right about your age. And this is Zach now. And just like his big brother, Zach loved books and reading. What is he using as a big fluffy reading pillow? Can you tell? That's our dog, Quincy. Isn't she a nice doggy? But Zach did not like the same kinds of books his big brother liked. He didn't want to read about animals or nature or fish or the ocean or bugs. Zach was pretty much obsessed with one thing only. See if you can guess. What do you think Zach liked? Trucks. Zach loved trucks. And when you live with a truck crazy kid, your whole world goes crazy. So like, look at this sweet little picture of Zach with this one little truck, those big brown eyes and those chunky little meaty thighs that I used to love to tickle and pinch. And there he is with his one little truck, so cute, right? But very quickly, this cute, sweet little picture turns into this. And your whole house goes crazy. Like my nice closets where I used to keep my pretty mommy things like my pretty dishes and placemats, that turned into this. And my kitchen turned into this. And my living room looked like this. And then one night, do some of you have a dishwasher at home? So after dinner, I was putting the dishes into the dishwasher, and we have this silverware basket thing where we put the silverware. I don't know if yours works like that. And one night, I'm putting the silverware into the dishwasher, and that basket is missing. And I looked around my house for that basket for 3 whole days. Guess where I finally found it? Of course, on a truck, right? So I'm going to tell you a little secret about moms. Are you ready? Moms are very, very tired. Being a mom is a really hard work. So what do you think moms most want to do at the end of the day? Sleep. Okay, so we're so tired. Like, here's a picture of me before I had kids. And this is a picture of me after I had kids. And one night, it was a really, really rough day in Momland. This was how I looked. So finally, I got the kids to bed because moms and dads cannot go to bed until who's in bed? The kids, right? Because if we went to bed and left you guys up, oh my word, it would be a disaster. You would eat all the junk food, you'd make a huge mess, you'd have way too much screen time, you'd stay up way, way, way too late and be grumpy, right? So finally, I got the kids in bed, and I go into my room and I can't wait to jump in my warm, cozy bed. What's on my bed? More trucks, right? So even watching TV turned crazy trucky. So we watch shows like Gold Rush, because really it's a show about what? Trucks, of course. And we watched a show called American Trucker. And we watched a show called Wrecked about tow trucks. And then our family vacations started to be trucky too. Like, we went to tow shows to see all the newest and best tow trucks that people could buy. And we went to the Freightliner factory to see where they make the trucks, and there's Zach beeping the horn. And this is a door to Zach's bedroom, and what has he drawn pictures of? Trucks, because Zach loves trucks, right? So, at bedtime, remember I told you that moms and dads are super, super tired? So we kind of learned with Ben, my first baby, that when we had a nighttime routine, he would get to bed a little bit earlier, and then that would make me really happy because then what would I get to do? Go to sleep, right? So at the end of the day, after dinner, there'd be a little playtime, and then he would get a bath and get his PJs on and brush his teeth and get a drink of water and go potty one more time. And then we would snuggle up together, and I would read Ben all his favorite books about animals and nature and fish and the ocean and bugs. And pretty soon, maybe after 2 or 3 books, Ben would yawn. And then his little head would start to fall to one side, and his eyes would take long, long blinks, and then pretty soon he would go. And that would make me really happy, because then what would I get to do? Go to sleep. So I would carefully tiptoe out of his bed, and I would smooch his little head, and then I would be so excited that I would get to go to bed. And then we got Zach. So we would do the same thing. We would have playtime after dinner, and then he would take a bath and get his PJs on and brush his teeth and get a drink of water and go potty one last time. And then we would snuggle up together, and I would read Zach all of his favorite books. What do you think those were about? Trucks, like construction trucks, things that go. I stink. What kind of truck is that about? Garbage trucks, right? More construction trucks, more trucks, and more trucks, and more trucks. So it would be a long day, and I would be all snuggled up with Zach, and I would be really, 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 really tired and really, really wanting to go to sleep, and we would be all cuddled up together, and I would be reading him his truck books, hoping he would settle down and go to sleep. But once I started reading to him about those great, big, powerful, noisy, dirty, brave, strong trucks, he got so excited, he was wide awake. He would start jumping up and down on his bed, making truck noises, vroom, vroom. Or he would want to take out all his toy trucks and start playing with them. Or he would sit and tell me everything he knew about every truck he had ever seen in his whole entire life. And I thought, I'm never going to get to sleep. And I would look at my sweet baby's face with my tired mommy eyes, and it would get later and later and later. And I would look into his big brown eyes, but all I could see was, crazy wild animal that would not go to sleep. And finally, one day, I got what? An idea. And I told Zach a story about how whenever we would drive past a construction site at nighttime, all of the trucks were what? Sleeping. Because I told Zach, just like little boys and girls, those great, big, powerful, noisy, dirty, brave, strong trucks need to rest so they can work hard and play hard the next day. And so I told Zach, I said, Zach, right now, while we're all cuddled up, I imagine a dump truck. And it's jumping out its last load of the day. Ka-choo! And now it's driving someplace quiet and cozy and turning off its engine, turning off its lights, putting down its bed, putting up its gate, and going to sleep. And then Zach would say, Mom, right now, I imagine a crane truck, and it's folding down its last load of the day, and now it's folding up and driving someplace quiet and cozy, turning off its engine and its lights, and going to sleep. And what do you think happened when I told Zach that story? He fell asleep. And that is how we started to end every night, and that is how I got the idea for my very first book. What is it called? Goodnight, Goodnight Construction Site. And then I wrote this book, and then this book, and now we have a whole bunch of board books to go with Goodnight, Goodnight Construction Site. And now we have a special character. She's our first breakout character in our series, and her name is Kid McGear. Now, when I came here, they give you instructions about what you should do when you come and talk to people, and they said, don't read your book. But guess what I'm going to do? Read my book. How are we on time? Okay, so 3 cheers for Kid McGear. Ready? So there's Flatbed. One day at the construction site, 5 friends at the construction yard, 5 friends are building, working hard. Flatbed drives into the site. Vroom, vroom. Her secret load is strapped down tight. The tarp comes off, and there, surprise! The crew cannot believe their eyes. 5 trucks stop and turn and stare at the tiny truck that's sitting there. clean and shiny, all brand new, with lots of cool attachments too. Whoa, what kind of truck are you? With a scoop on her front end, she gives a turn, a twist, a bend, and vaults off flatbed in one swoop. Beep, beep. Hello, she says, and greets the group. Whoa, now who do we have here? I'm a skid steer, Kid McGear. I'm here to pitch in any way to help you guys get done today. I'm here to work, to have a turn. I want to join the team and learn. I'm the new kid on your crew, so is there something I can do? Kid, we have a huge job here. We have a ton of ground to clear. I think, kid, you're just too small to be much help around here at all. We have to move out yards of dirt. I'm worried that you might get hurt. I saw your trick. That's fancy stuff, but you don't look quite strong enough to jump in here and do your share. Maybe just stay over there? How do you think that makes Kid feel? Kind of sad, right? Have you ever been in the new one in a group? Sometimes that's hard, right? The trucks drive off to clear the land. No problem, guys, I understand. I'll help out some other day, Kid says as she turns away. The big trucks go back to working hard, clearing the construction yard. And then, honk! Suddenly, Kid hears a yelp. Emergency, come quick, come help! Scream! Kid stops and spins around, revs and heads right toward the sound. All the trucks start rolling fast, speeding toward the cliff, full blast. But Kid McGear goes turbo burst, and so she gets there fast and first. Working on a steep hillside, the trucks began to slip and slide. Now trapped in trees with mud and rubble, excavator's in big trouble. Bulldozer is in trouble too. But Kid McGear knows what to do. First, so that she doesn't slip, Kid puts on tracks so she can grip. She stops a moment, takes a look, and quickly grabs her grapple hook. In one smooth and steady swipe, she grabs a load of steel pipe. Support is needed to begin. Kid's power driver slams them in. With pipes all lined up in a row, Kid grabs a chain and gives a throw. Kid rolls downhill, brave and sure, and wraps each truck so they're secure. Kid's giant scissors, power shears, cut tangled limbs. Then her blade clears. Now we need something, says the kid, to help make sure that they don't skid. Here, I'll dump this load of sand for traction on this slippery land. Kid rolls into each small space and pushes sand right into place. And then Kid sees a giant rock. It has bulldozer trapped and blocked. I'll jackhammer this to bits! And with a roar, the boulder splits. Crane truck clears away the rubble, lifting each piece without trouble. Kid, then excavator coughs. I think my track is falling off. Excavator shifts onto his scoop to pull his track out from the goop. Forklift on, lickety-split, Kid rolls down and fixes it. Working at full speed, non-stop, the chain's tied to the pipes up top. Cement mixer, we need your weight. Hit low gear, stay strong and straight. Now everybody pull, Kid shouts. The others rev hard, helping out. Down there, you guys, start up and roll. We'll pull and tie to keep control. Soon everyone's back on level land, and all can get to work as planned. I'm so glad you're all okay. And then Kid turns to roll away. But the big trucks start to cheer to show their thanks for Kid McGear. They shout three times, hip, hip, hooray! Kid McGear just saved the day. Please don't go, Kid. We hope you'll stay. What do you think? Is she happy? Yeah. Now Kid McGear has joined the crew, 5 old friends and someone new. 6 friends in the construction yard, big and small, all working hard. Each one greater than they seem because they're working as a team. And that's the end. Thank you guys for coming. I'm signing at 12:30. I think I used up all of my question time, but thank you all so much. Oh, I have 5 minutes. Okay. I can't do math, obviously. Okay, if anyone has a question, please come up. And again, I'm signing at 12:30. No questions? You have a comment, okay.
Well, actually, I have Goodnight Construction Site, the sound book.
You have the sound book. Do you like the sound book?
Yeah. And guess what? It was stuck in our back of our car.
Was it making sound the whole time you were driving?
Yeah, when we were driving, something was pressing the buttons, and we kept hearing this.
You kept hearing the snoring while you were driving of the Goodnight Construction Site.
And also the yawning.
Oh, and the yawning. Oh, my goodness. Well, but overall, you like the book, even though your mom and dad probably hate it, right? Okay. Hi. Does anyone else have a question? Hi, honey. What's your question?
Did you do the books in order?
Did I do the books in order? So actually, the Christmas book was the second book I wrote. And then Mighty Mighty came out before that, and then Kid McGear, and yeah, so that was the order. Kind of not really in order, right? Yeah, just the weird way that publishing works sometimes.
Thanks.
Thank you. Do you have another question? Okay, thank you. Hi, you guys. Are you good? Did you want to ask me something?
Yes.
Okay, come on. What do you want to ask me?
You know what?
Know what?
I also have a giant excavator.
You have an excavator at home?
Yeah, it's a toy and it scoops up and the bottom opens.
It scoops up and the bottom opens like that?
It scoops up like that and the bottom opens.
Oh my word. I love toy trucks. Are they the coolest? Do you play with that one a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have other toy trucks at home?
I even have a bulldozer.
You have a bulldozer too? Oh my word, that's super fun. High five. Okay. Hi there, does anyone else have a question? All right, well, thank you all so much for coming, and you're always welcome to ask me questions while I'm signing. So thank you. Big round of applause for you guys. Yay!